The legal considerations don't just stop when you have set up your business. They continue into the launch and the running of the business itself, and additional operational concerns will be relevant during this time. Let's take a look at 4 areas of law which you should be aware of at this stage. Looking firstly at employment, the people who work in your enterprise are usually known as workers or employees. In the UK, there are many laws designed to protect employees from exploitation. Here are 4 key stages when launching and running your enterprise where employment law might crop up. Firstly, recruitment. Ensure the recruitment process is fair and that everyone has a fair chance of getting the job. If someone is successful, provide them with an employment contract which sets out things like their pay, holidays, duties, responsibilities, and do this within 2 months of starting the job. Secondly, pay. You must pay your employees at least the minimum wage, which is currently £4.81 for people under 18. Thirdly, discrimination. The law protects people with protected characteristics such as race, disability, gender, or age, just to name a few. You must not discriminate against your employees on the ground of a protected characteristic. And then finally, working conditions. Your working conditions must be safe and fair for all employees.
The second thing to consider is environmental issues. As environmental issues are becoming more and more regulated, it's really important to consider how environmental legislation could impact your business. For example, in the manufacturing of a product, it's really important to ensure that you comply with laws on things like air pollution, recycling, and other forms of waste. These are really important things to be aware of at all stages of setting up your business, and it's a great marketing tip too, because many consumers also want to support eco-friendly brands at the moment. There are also special laws which regulate the use of materials or substances that might be hazardous to the environment. It's important to consider any risks depending on the types of materials or substances that you're using throughout the manufacturing process or for the final product. Environmental laws are evolving pretty rapidly at the moment due to concerns around climate change, so throughout the life of your business, make sure that you're keeping up to date with any developments, as you don't want to get caught out for missing something.
Looking now at consumer rights, the people who buy or consume your products or services are known as consumers. In the UK, consumers have lots of rights and protections under the law, which you need to be aware of, both when launching and when running your business. Have you ever bought an item and returned it because it's faulty? That's a great example where consumer rights and protections kick in. Whether you sell goods to individuals or to a business, you have to comply with key legislation such as the Sale of Goods Act 1979 and the Consumer Rights Act 2015. Here are 3 essential tips when launching and running your enterprise to ensure you are complying with the legislation and to ensure you avoid any financial penalties, or even criminal liability in some situations. Firstly, avoid misleading, aggressive or unfair sales practices during the whole lifetime of your relationship with consumers. Secondly, ensure your agreements with consumers are fair and that you stick to the agreements by keeping your promises. And then finally, make sure your goods and services are of satisfactory quality, which includes ensuring that they are fit for purpose and that they match their description, and that any samples the customer may have seen match their description.
As previously mentioned at the generating and planning stages, intellectual property or IP considerations are also an essential part of running a business. Businesses create and use intellectual property all the time, sometimes without even realising it, and the value of IP, whether it's trademark, patent, design, copyright or trade secret, can sometimes far outweigh the value of your physical assets. IP can offer a solid platform for any business to grow its brand and reputation, and it can also be bought, sold and licensed. During the running of the business, you should regularly review your IP assets and the products and services that are crucial to your business, the legal rights associated with them, and how best to protect them. You can also take care to ensure that you're not infringing on any IP rights that don't belong to you, as action can be taken against IP infringement. The government website has some handy information on IP basics and how to get some further help. Another key consideration is data security and technology. Data is at the heart of every business, and it's important to keep the data of the company, its employees and its clients safe and secure. Data security measures will help ensure the smooth running of your business by safeguarding brand reputation and customer loyalty. Here are some top considerations to ensure data remains secure. Firstly, train employees on best practices to protect data from destruction, loss, disclosure, theft, as well as how to protect against cybersecurity threats. Secondly, ensure that your IT systems remain updated and consider using software such as antivirus, data backup, and firewalls. And thirdly, have policies around data protection, security, and how your company will handle any data breaches. Policies should consider how you will notify customers of a breach and how to minimise the spread of the damage. Of course, there's many other things to consider, but these are just some of the key legal areas it's essential to think about and be aware of during the launching and running of your business. Good luck!